Hey, what's going on guys? Welcome back to another Stormworks video and welcome to episode 31 of our classic career survival series. In today's episode, we'll be adding a diesel electric engine into our amphibious rescue truck here. The plan is to hopefully have it moving and give it a test both in and out of the water by the end of the video. But anyway, let's jump into the workbench and get this thing going. Alrighty guys, here we are in the workbench once again, so let's get stuck straight into it. Let's delete all the floors so we can see what we're doing. That can go as well, I think. Now, I would like to put the generator right at the front, I think, because that is the only 3 area high we have to be able to fit it. So that's okay, we'll chuck that right there. Then the engine's going to go right behind it, and then we're going to have all the fuel tanks in the back. Hopefully they end up being a bit heavier than the rest of the engine. We'll see how we go. So let's go modular. Let's grab a few of these. Let's go for something around the lines of maybe 10 cylinders. That should be enough. Something just like that. That'll be fine. Very good. So let's grab a clutch. We'll chuck that right on the back here. And boop. Very nice. And we're going to need a gearbox as well to go up to that, aren't we? Let's shuffle all this forward one block. Actually, it might be a little bit easier for us. So grab all of this and we'll just move it forward there. Perfect. Paste her in and merge it all together. Boop. Nice. Let's get a gearbox out and we'll chuck that right here. Did I not merge that together? No, let's do that again. There we go. That's a bit better. And then we'll connect up a couple of pipes to up there. That'll be fine. So turn that around and that will go straight to the generator. And while we're here, we'll quickly change the ratio on this. Let's start with 2:1. We'll see how that goes. See if that generates enough power for us. I cannot see what we are doing. Oh, dearie me. All right, let's chuck some modular engine parts on this thing. So we're going to need a few cylinders. So we're going to go all the way along like this, all along the top and all along both sides. Now we'll go along the bottoms, just like that. Very nice. Awesome. Now we're going to need to be able to link all of this together. So if we just chuck a couple of manifolds right at the back of it here, that'd be all right. It's one on each side. Nice. Now we're going to need our drive pieces and exhaust and whatnot. So let's chuck a little drive belt on the front there. A couple of starter motors on this thing wouldn't hurt. So we'll just put one at the top and maybe one on each side, I suppose. It might be a bit overkill for something this size. Anyway, that's all right. Now let's go back to modular. And we're going to need a couple of exhausts. So these are going to come up to stacks. They're going to go right behind the cab here. So we'll have them go that way. Then we're going to need an intake manifold. So we'll grab one of those. Chuck that right behind it. There, perfect. And a fuel manifold. So we'll grab one of those wherever it is. Right there, very good. And we'll make that go that way. And that will go down to the fuel tanks. So I'm planning to put the fuel tanks all back here, kind of fill in this area, keep the weight at the back if we can. It's very front heavy at the moment, but we are still going to put a lot of things in the back, so we'll see how we go with that. Now, as far as cooling goes, I don't really know how we're going to do this. Maybe we should have some radiators somewhere, maybe on the top or underneath. Maybe let's try underneath and see what we can come up with down here. So maybe if we just put a little area here, grab a radiator out, let's see what we can do with this area. All right, something just like that, that's probably fine. We'll wait on that for a moment. Let's get these exhausts sorted out first since we're looking at them. So let's just come forward like this, and then they need to come out and up. So I don't really know how we're going to do this exactly. They can come up maybe out of there and just come straight up. I don't know. Grab some angles, and we'll turn these around that way. Very good. And we'll see what we can do with this. All right, something like that. We may put some sort of little support bracket on there to make them look half attached. But for now, that looks pretty good. I don't mind that at all. Now, where are we going to get this intake from and our fuel? So let's do the intake first. Let's just go on the one side. Actually, the coolant pipe's got to run past that as well, so we can't forget about that. Maybe these ones can come out 2 blocks and we have room for the coolant to go straight to the radiator. That's probably a good idea. Let's grab another couple of pipes. So we're going to go... Okay, I've already had the straight one. Let's go out, and then we're going to come down, I suppose, like that. And then we'll go towards the back of the truck this way. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I don't mind it. That's fine. And then this will come along like this. And this has got to meet up with here somewhere. So I don't know how exactly we're going to do that. All right, so that's the intake sorted. It comes out, down, and around and comes up next to the stack there. I don't know if we're going to have it on each side. Maybe one side can just be a fake. We'll see. Oh, that doesn't look too bad. I don't know. We'll see how we go. Next up is the fuel manifolds. Let's do the same sort of thing with that. So we'll come out a couple of blocks on his straight pipe, don't I? Yes, and we'll go back to pipes. Then we need this one. So that will come down, and then that will come towards the back of the truck, something like this. Very good. And we'll just drag that down this way. Nice. That will go straight down to our fuel tanks. We'll put you down that way somewhere. We'll quickly add those in, I suppose. So just a couple of medium tanks will do it, I guess. Turn them around. Maybe we can link them all together like this. On both sides, that would be ideal. Go like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Oh, I can fit a couple more in. 13, 14. Would that be enough? It should be. I wonder if we can just add one more somewhere. Well, we can chuck one more in the middle there. We can just link that together with a few pipes, I guess. It's a little bit weird though, but it's the best we can sort of do with the room that we got. So let's do that. We'll go like this. Chuck that right here. Yes. And a couple straight pipes on either side of that. Very good. So they're all linked together. And then we just need to link it up here. We will need to put some sort of breather on it too. So we'll sort that out eventually, I suppose. Bring that across. And then we'll just link all this up, turn that around, and grab a T-piece and sit it right in there. Very good. So that is the fuel sorted. What is next? Our coolant. Alrighty, guys, that is the cooling system sorted, hopefully. So it's got a pump on each side. Each side is going the opposite way. So it's going to pump it around, go through this radiator here. So it's going to come in, come out over here, go into the next one, and come out over there, and then go back into the engine. So hopefully that works out okay. What we will need to do, though, is get a few wedges and just fill that in. Yeah, and same over here. So let's just go like that, just so it doesn't leak, that's all. So we'll put a couple more wedges in there. Yeah, is that right? No, one right there. Very good. And then just a couple of little ones over here. That'll be fine if I can get them in this area. Just like that. So it should be all sealed off, which is really good. Now, while we have all this area open up, we should probably open up some of this. That goes straight into a little tank there, doesn't it? Okay, cool. So let's make as much room in here as we can. Very good. I think those two bottom blocks can go. I think that's about it, though. That's fine. So I was thinking we can have a few microcontrollers on here, and maybe on the other side we can have a little rope storage area. So maybe like a little pivot can open up this area, something like that. I don't know. We'll see how we go. But for now, I'll just like to put a few controllers in this side, and we'll worry about the rest of it in the next episode. So we're going to need that. We're going to need an inverter for the steering. So grab one of these. We'll chuck that right there. And a door piece for that rear gate that we've got. So that should be everything we need for now. So let's go and connect all this up. That will go to there. Rotation target onto that one. So I have to check if that's the right way in a moment. Now, I believe it's got to go to the left-hand side. We'll see how we go. So that goes up to A and D, and then that will go to the other side like that. And then we're going to need to hook up some controls for the engine controller. So let's go into the dash here and work out what we can do. So maybe we go on both sides to start with. So let's come out like this. Maybe we can make like a little center console thing that sticks out a little bit. So if we just go like, let's put a couple of wedges on the side, and then maybe the rest of the dash can be filled in from there up like that. Can I come over at all? No? Okay, let's try again. Okay, that's a little bit better like that. And we'll fill along there and go along like that. Okay, so that's a sealed up dash room. Nice. Now, what we could probably do for that generator, we could have a throttle here and a little toggle button. So let's go toggle, chuck that right here, and that will turn on all the radiators and that as well. Throttle, and we'll chuck that right here. Yeah, okay, that's fine. So that will go up to those. Now, this toggle button needs to turn on 2 radiators and 2 pumps, just like that. I think that is it. And then everything else needs to be connected up separately. So I'll do that off camera, all that logic business. Now, what I wanted to do next is chuck a couple of motors in. So all of these pipes are actually going to go. We don't need any of them anymore. So thank you for that. Now, we're going to grab, not wedges, motor. So we're going to have some of these, we might have little yellow ones on each wheel. So it's like this, like that. I don't think we're going to need a gearbox either. Or maybe we should. Yeah, let's put a gearbox in. What am I talking about? We'll go like this and like that. And then we'll have a gearbox in front of each one of those. So gearbox, yep. And we'll chuck those. They need to go that way. Is that correct? Yes, it is. Very good. So we'll do that for all of them too. Boom, boom. All right, now we need to fill in this little area here. If we just use some blocks, maybe just go like that. Doesn't look too bad. We could probably just do that. That's fine. Do that for all of them. So something just like that. That's not too bad. So the up and the down, the W and S on this will go straight to all of those motors, all 8 of them. So those 2 there, this one, that one, and the ones at the back. Very good. Nice. So before we close up the back here, we need a way to refuel this thing. So let's get a hose anchor. One of these in white would be great. So we might have that on this side though, so we can refuel, and then we'll have a little recharge port as well. So maybe, or maybe we won't have like a little door. Maybe we can just have it kind of come in a little bit with a few wedges. That might look all right. Let's see what we can do here. All right, so we might actually have like a little door like that we can open and shut, and then we'll have some equipment and whatnot back here. So what we could do, we might just make this a little room, I suppose, something like that, and then we'll have a little board going along the back there. So we're going to need a hose anchor. If I could spell hose, we'll chuck one of these right here. Very good. So chuck that there, and a cable anchor next to that, so we can recharge and refuel from the same spot. Very good. Now we're going to need a cable and a hose right here and here. That'll be fine. So we'll put that there. And actually, we'll have the hose on this side. That'll be all right. Hose, and we'll chuck that right here. Stand it up like that. Awesome. Very good. So we'll have some more equipment in there at some stage, but for now, that'll be fine. Now we just need to connect that to a bit of pipe so we can actually refuel this thing. So we'll grab a T-piece, go like this, and we just need to connect it all together now. So we'll just come down and across, and we just head straight back this way. And we'll just link all that together with a bit of straight pipe, just like so. Very good. Now let's chuck that door back in now. This one, a lockable one. I think that's all we need. Turn that around, just like that. Very good. Nice. That will open up and we can access inside of there. We also need a vent for this thing too, so we could probably run something up the back wall here. Let me try and work something out. Alright, so something just like this. So this is actually going to be our gas relief valve, and that is our intake, and then we have our two exhausts. So that looks symmetrical at least, but they actually do different things. So that pipe just runs down here, goes through a little gas relief valve, and connects up to the fuel system. So that should do the trick. You'd hope so. Anyway, the next thing we need to do is add a couple of batteries to this thing. So where on earth are we going to put these? Now, these are quite heavy, so I'd like them. Can we go on top of the radiators? We can. Oh, very good. So let's do that on both sides. So we'll just chuck one here and here. That'd be really good. And we'll just chuck a couple little wedges on the end of that to help seal that up. Batteries are sealed objects, I believe, or you'd hope so. And what we could actually do, we might have a couple more up here. We can put a little top over those, be little boxes on the side. Then we can have the rest of the space to do what we want with it. If we can add a couple more in somewhere, that'd be good. I don't want any more weight up the front, though. That's the only problem. Looks like I'm going to have to chuck a couple more up here. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, that is quite front heavy now. We may have to add some rear weight, but we'll see how we go. So let's fill all of that in and come along here. So let's put our floor in too. So that's going to come all the way up to there and then all the way up to the back. Okay, that looks pretty tidy. Let's fill in this area. We have a bit of mess going on here. Let's try and tidy this up a little bit. All right, something like that. I don't think it looks too bad. It doesn't look great, but it's not too bad. Might change that out for a 4 long one, actually. Might look a little bit better. We'll turn that around. Yeah, that's fine. We'll work out what we're going to do with it afterwards. But that is a-okay. What we could actually do, I wonder if we can raise this up a little bit more. Will that look a little bit better? I think it will. And we'll fix these up too. We have to add a couple more painted pieces in there, won't we? Something like that, and give these a fresh coat of paint. And just like that, we'll just fix up those lines a little bit. I also just remembered we haven't actually connected any power to these propellers yet, so we sort of need to break in here again and do that. I completely forgot. So these fuel tanks are right in the way now. Perfect. What we could probably do, we might grab, actually, no, motor. So how on earth are we going to do this? We might have, okay, let's open up all this again. Goodness me, man. How could I forget that? So what we could probably do, I might have a few motors. Let's open up a little bit more. Where are those propellers? There they are there. So they come up here. Okay, very good. All right, so that's fine. We can come across in here, and then we'll pop up in the middle, I suppose. So let's sort that out, and then we're going to connect that up to a few motors. Goodness me, man. How on earth could I forget doing that? T-piece, that will stand up. Is that the right spot? Nope, it's not. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, that's facing the right way. We have that coming up, and then what we could probably do, we'll put a gearbox onto that. So that will go this way, and then we'll have a pipe that will head down that way, and we're going to have a whole bunch of motors on here. So we might have 8 small motors propelling those propellers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is a lot of mess. I could just, it's probably a much better way of doing this, but anyway, this is how we're going to do it. Let's connect all of these together, and then we'll change the ratios on that gearbox. All right, something like that, and then we'll have a couple of tanks in the back here. Oh, turn them around, go boom, and boom. So that should be all back to normal, hopefully. Very nice. So now let's fill all that in, and we'll change the ratio on that gearbox real quick. And then we're actually ready to give this thing a bit of a paint and connect up to a bit of power. So let's try 2-1 first of all, and we'll see how we go after that. So like I said, I'm going to connect all the power to everything. I'm going to give everything a bit of a paint, and then we'll spawn it in and give it a bit of a test. Alrighty guys, everything that we're going to be using today should be all hooked up to some power. I've left a few things out because nothing is finished as of yet. I just want to get it moving. I've also connected up our up and down arrows to all our motors along here, and our left and right arrow keys to our rudders, so separate controls for when we're out of the water. The next thing we need to quickly do is add a temperature sensor and a couple of dials. Then I think we're ready to actually go and give this thing a bit of a test. So let's open up a little spot in here. I think we can connect that right there. Very good. And we're going to grab a little block and just sit that on top, so it's like that was never there. And then we're going to need a couple of dials. So we're going to need temperature, RPS, and battery, I'd say. Should be the important three. So let's chuck a couple in. Doesn't really matter where, because they're going to be in different spots anyway. We'll just go boom, boom, and that'll be fine. Let's just leave the battery out, because when we look at any of the controls, it tells us anyway. So let's connect those up to a little bit of power. There we go. So let's have RPS on this one and temperature on this one, just like so. We'll connect that up to temperature. That will be down there. And we have the RPS will go onto one of these. So that should be all good to go. So let's save all of that and we'll spawn it in and see if it all works. All right, there it is. Let's go and give this thing a bit of a test. So does this work? Yes, it does. Very good. All right, we jump up. Very nice. And I didn't put a double side button on that for some reason. But anyway, let's go inside. I also didn't paint the exhausts. Yeah, we'll sort that out. Let's jump in our seat. Very nice. A cozy little cabin. We can get in and out very easily, which is nice. I've also added a constant number on the clutch as well, so the generator will always be on. So let's turn this thing on. Yep, what's our RPS doing? Okay, it's going pretty high. Everything's pretty good. Temperature's going up quickly. That's all right. So we should be able to go forwards. Yes, we can. Awesome. We can turn. Very good. We're on the move. We need to turn up the sensitivity on here as well, so we can't forget to do that. How's the temperature going? All right, everything's working out pretty well. Let's go for a little drive. Let's see if those rudders work. Yeah, right, left, and you can turn on the propellers. Yes, you can. Very good. Nice. Everything works pretty well. Are we holding power so far? Cool. All right, let's go for a little drive down the end of the runway and back and make sure it's all good to go. No trims are on. Good. All right, it's holding... Okay, holding full battery under full throttle. Okay, that's a good start. We do need a speedo on here as well, but that's fine. We'll sort that out next time. All right, yeah, this is good enough. Let's just stop. Handbrake. No, handbrake doesn't work. I haven't hooked up a handbrake. Perfect. Let's turn this thing around. Whoa. That was a bit close. All right, let's go and sort out a couple of things, and then we're going to take this thing into the water. All right, so two things before we take it out on the water. Let's jump in here. Our A and D sensitivity needs to be a lot higher than that. Let's go with 40. Let's try that first. And the next thing we need is a handbrake. So let's chuck one of those on. We'll just have it the space bar, I guess. So brake on all of these wheels, not those gearboxes that are right next to it. We may have to muck around with those ratios as well on all those gearboxes, but for now, while we don't have a speedo, we won't actually worry about it. So let's save it just as is, and we'll spawn in and go for another test. And there it is. Awesome. So not enough diesel. Oh, we don't have the fuel gauge in here at the moment. That's all right. We'll do all the gauges properly next video. It's probably going to be another video or two finishing this thing off, so hopefully you guys are all right with that. Let's jump inside, shut the door, and let's go for another drive again. So let's drain a little bit of power, and then we'll turn the generator on and see how quickly it recharges that battery. Oh, that's a bit better for steering. Oh, that's heaps better. And a handbrake works. Awesome. So let's go for a little drive over a few rocks, and then we'll turn the generator on. So let's just go down this way. Hopefully we don't get stuck or anything. We should be fine. Boop, big drop. Awesome. That suspension works very well. I like it. So let's go for a little drive over here. Make sure everything's all good. Nice. Drain a little bit more battery, and then we will turn that generator on. So it'll come up around this way. It's not very grippy, is it? But that's okay. Let's keep on going a little bit, and we'll head down to the water in a moment. Can I get back onto that runway from here? I'm not sure if I can. Nope, not happening. Okay, we're going down into the water. Hopefully we can find a way to get back up then. That is quite a drop down there. Let's go and find somewhere a bit better, like over there. All right, let's go down right here, I suppose. Now, what I might do, I might just stop right here. Okay, we think we're just going to slide in anyway. Okay, let's just drive in. The door is shut, thank goodness. All right, we're floating, not very high up. We're going to need a few pivots, I'd say. That's all right, that's not a problem. Okay, all good. Let's turn on the generator. Very good. All right, start it up. The battery is going up fairly quickly. That's fine. All right, let's turn on these rear propellers. Yep, there we go. That's full rear props. Okay, we're moving. Let's see if the rudders work. And they do. Very good. Nice. I like it. Is it holding battery, though? It is going up still. Okay, very good. And that's under full throttle from the rear. So that's 8 little motors going. Very good. So we are moving. We have movement. This is awesome. Let's come around again. And we'll head back up to the garage. Next episode, we're going to add a few more bits and pieces on here. Obviously, finish off the interior and get that rear bed sorted as well. So I'm not sure, maybe 1 or 2 more videos of this thing, and then we actually get to use it, which is nice. So anyway, let's come up out of the water now. So let's slow right down. Yep. Let's go a little bit of throttle as well until we start driving up. There we go. Nice. We're coming out of the water. Very good. How good's that? We do not have much grip. Whoa, we only just made that. No, we're all right. I think we're all right. Should be fine. Temperature's still nice and low. It should probably drop when we go in the water too, will it? I don't know. Now we need to find a safe way to get up here without smashing onto anything. Let's see if we can go up here. Or maybe down there it looks a little bit higher, doesn't it? Let's go and try that. All right, let's come up to the left here. Yep, that'll do it. Oh, no. Yep, we're up a little bit. Oh, dear. Okay, no, we're going to roll. Oh, dearie me. Stop. Can I take it back here? Oh, I can. Lucky. Okay, we do not have much grip. That's why I wanted to make something out of tracks. But that's all right. We'll do that when we can afford to unlock them. But anyway, that might do us for today, guys. Like I said, next episode, we're going to finish off the interior. Hopefully have it pretty close to finish. If not, it will be finished, but we'll see how we go. But anyway, guys, for now, I'd like to thank you all very much for watching, and I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.